Hey, how's it going? It's David Bollinger, back at it again. This is my 3-month French update. Decided to do an update so I did last time was my first ever video. This is my 3-month. I'll do a video at 6 months and then 9 months, 12 months. That's my plan. Here I am with my 3-month update. Just wanted to come in for myself and for everyone else out there that might be interested in what it's like learning French. So first of all, I'd like to get started with what I experienced last time. Just a little recap of where I was last video. So last time I think that I was around, was it 200 hours in, 100 hours in? I think it must have been 100 hours in into learning with the immersion methods. I think I was around 100 hours in, maybe a little more. I don't know. Anyway, I was able to understand decently. I can't remember now, honestly. I'll just say I was staying somewhere else, so you can see the background behind me, totally different. This chair is totally different. Hair's grown out a little bit, and I'm back in school now, so I have a lot going on, but I'm still trying to get my French in as much as possible. Anyway, last time, I think that my understanding was all right, but I think that I was satisfied with my progress at the time, and with the amount of French that I've been doing in terms of studying hours. And so now here I am at 3 months, and I've recently crossed the 500-hour mark in terms of total time spent with the language. And in terms of breakup between, like, am I actively listening to or watching YouTube? Am I actively listening to a podcast? Am I passively listening to music? Am I passively listening to a podcast? Or am I doing Anki flashcards? I have all that information, just not on me. But I'd say my passive immersion is probably the most common. I'd say I have the most of that right now, probably around 250 hours, maybe 230, and I'd say my active is right up there. And then I think I spent about 20 hours on Anki, maybe. And in terms of understanding, at 500 hours, I'm feeling pretty good in terms of my understanding. I learned French in high school a little bit, so I think I had a little bit of an advantage over a lot of people, but I'm feeling decent. I feel pretty comfortable watching most videos. So if I'm on YouTube and watching some people, I'll have really no problem understanding. Like, I will understand most every word. There's a few words I won't understand. So in terms of my understanding, it's more down to words now that I don't understand, or maybe the nuance of the way that they're saying it, rather than whole sentences I don't understand. So I'll understand most of the thing, and just a few things I don't understand. I mean, there's obviously going to be nuance that I don't understand, or I can't even comprehend that I don't understand. But I'm pretty satisfied with my progress. But there's one thing I think I'm missing. So I'd like to talk about what are my biggest weak areas so far. In terms of understanding, I'm feeling decent. But in terms of my listening, no, sorry. In terms of my speaking, oh my gosh, I'm feeling horrible. It's just like, when you have such a variance between your two levels, and what I'm talking about is the variance in between my comprehension and my speaking, it's just incredibly embarrassing, because you can speak or you can understand so well, but when you try to speak, you just sound like like you've never even learned French for a day of your life. Well, I mean, a little more than that. Like, my vocabulary is pretty decent, but so I could say a lot of words, but I can't put it together. I need to work on speaking. And it feels like, even though I can understand so well, it doesn't mean anything because I can't speak. So it's hard. That's my next step. My next step is to speak. and I'll probably give it maybe a few hundred more hours before I really dive heavily. But I'm making some French friends, and I'm gonna try to speak with them whenever I get the chance. So I'm not sure if I have anything else to say. Well, I'll say that in terms of immersion. Oh, one more thing. In terms of listening, when I was talking about YouTube, yeah, totally no problem on YouTube. But I spent a lot of time recently listening to the Harry Potter series in French, and the way that they give like descriptions in books, even in audiobooks, which I'm listening to the audiobook, the way that they give descriptions, it's so hard to comprehend for me. All the nuance. I know the whole plot, so I can tell exactly what's going on. But in terms of like, I'm never lost. Oh, like what's going on? What's going on? I always know. I know exactly what's going on. But in terms of the nuanced details about what they're saying and the descriptions of how this happened and all this, it's kind of lost on me a little bit. But that's just what I wanted to say. And in terms of yeah, so, expanding on that, yeah, I've been listening to Harry Potter lately. I don't get to watch as much YouTube as I would like. I don't really watch much Netflix either, but I'm not opposed to it at all. Before, I think I was a little opposed to it, but not anymore. Yeah, I watch YouTube still. That's my main source of active immersion, but since I'm back in school, I'm mainly doing passive, like through audiobooks, and I don't really count music as immersion, but I listen to a lot of music, and I also listen to some podcasts, but I kind of lost all my the podcasts I was into. So if you have any recommendations for French podcasts, leave it in the comments, because I'm kind of lacking on those. There's a lot that are out there, but not a lot of ones that I'm really interested in. So leave them in the comments. I'll check them out if you have any ideas. Yeah. In terms of YouTube, the YouTubers I watch now compared to that I watched back then when I made the last video, incredible difference. I feel like I know the whole French YouTube game. Well, I don't really watch like Squeezy or anything like that, but I really know a lot of the French YouTubers now, and I have a good feel for what I like and what I don't like. Yeah, it's just not even the same game as it was before. Like, I feel like where I was now and where I was before and where I am now are just totally different. And I think that when I watch this video, I'm at 6 months, I'm gonna think the same thing that I think now about watching that video that I was at in 1 month. Just, I can't even believe I was there. Or, yeah, it just feels natural to be where you are. That's the thing. Unless you go back and look at, oh, that's where I was and that's how I was feeling. It just feels natural. Oh, it's like, oh yeah, it's just been this way. Because it's just such a slow, gradual process that it feels like, oh, yeah, I've always been like been able to understand like this. I don't understand why other people can't. But you realize that that's not how it works, is it? Anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I'll respond to you if you're interested. And also, I just noticed I got 1 subscriber, and then my girlfriend subscribed to me as well. So I have 2 subscribers. Well, whoever you are out there, my 1 subscriber, thank you. I wish I knew who you were, but I don't. Well, anyway, thank you for watching. There's probably no one here watching to the end, but anyways, have a nice day. Thank you.